Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, June the 8th, 2017. My name's Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together and take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market. Then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, please send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website. There's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the RTH day. Today is rollover. So everything I talk about today is going to be on September contract. That is the U contract, or U7 or U17, depending on the system that you're using. I have left June behind. There will be enough volume in the September contract that I don't care that there's going to be a larger amount of volume on the June contract. Also, disregard for the next week, as both the June and the September contract have volume. Your deltas are not going to be useful. So just keep those two things in mind. Let's get the disclaimer out of the way. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, taking a look at the news. We're pretty much done our scheduled news for the day. We do have natural gas at 10:30. We do have Bank of Canada Pelosi speaking, but the unemployment claims came out just slightly higher than expected. We do have the ECB press conference going on right now. They did not raise the minimum rate. They left the rate alone. What is not on here that we have to pay attention to is the fact that the elections in Great Britain are going on, and that will go throughout the day. The polls close at 6 p.m. tonight, so we'll actually get action or reaction from that right up into the Globex tonight. Overnight was rather muted. I had great plans to trade it, and yet I fell asleep and didn't wake up for the European session. Not that I missed much. The other big thing that everybody is waiting for, even though they put the statement out yesterday, is the Comey testimony, and that's at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So there is going to be headline news that's going to be coming out throughout the day from the election and from Comey's testimony, more likely during the question and answer period of Comey's testimony, that could make this market move. So just remember that it's not all about scheduled news today. Headline news can come out at any time and with this market. So just keep things really tight. Each day I like to start my my day looking at a simple candlestick chart. I do this on my paper money on this system. They haven't run. I usually use the continuous contract. They haven't rolled over, so I'm showing the U contract, so you can see it only starts back in November. But for all intents and purposes, the high is at 24.37. Now I've got a discrepancy between my highs. I've got the high here at 37.50 on the June contract, but on the TOS, I've got 37. I think 37 is correct because our all-time high in the June contract is 39.75. The difference between the spread between the June and the September contract is running at 2 3/4 points. So I think the 37 is, but I am getting a different number on my IRT system. The monthly, sorry, I thought this was the week, the monthly. The monthly, trend is up. Everything's still in place. On the weekly, trend is up, very strong. On the daily, we basically came back. I consider this to be a closed technical gap. So we had the foo bar, Mr. Sneaky, and we had moved down yesterday and basically closed the technical gap and bounced. Trend is still very much up to the upside. We don't even challenge the trend until we get back down to the 22.75 area. Going to the intraday, you can see that we're in consolidation here on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, we've come down and we challenged the upward trend, and we're coming down to test the violation down here at 24.30 and a quarter. Going to the 30 minutes, you can see we have broken below the 9 and the 20, so we're seeing a possible start of a downward trend. The 15-minute is also showing that. We do have a naked cross that's going to show up here at 32. And then on the 5-minute, you can see that we've got strong continuation, and we just went up in the last 10 minutes and tested the 20 SMA and rejected it. Now we're back below the 9 and the 20 with slope and separation to the downside. So we are seeing a bit of a move to possible start of a downward trend. We did violate the one-time framing up with the move yesterday with breaking the low here. We have a 4-day microcomposite that is a double distribution zone. The numbers have changed because of the contract rollover, but the distribution doesn't, the structure doesn't. So instead of the 34, you have an LVN here, microcomposite LVN at 32 and a quarter. A microcomposite VPOC. We had 2 days of balance trying to hold 34 and a quarter. And then we've got 2 days of balance trying to hold the 30 and a quarter, and we're chopping around here right now. The overall 4-day microcomposite is down here, so this is the dominant price acceptance right now. So everything's going to be hinging on whether or not we hold above or below this 30 and a quarter. If we can hold above, we're likely to go up and test the 32 and a quarter. And of course, if we can break through, then I'd be looking for them to price advertise up to the 34 and a quarter. The number you want to pay attention to right now to the downside is 25.75 or the 24, whichever you prefer. I'm actually going to use the 24.75 for a move towards this little 22.50. This is where the buyers stepped in yesterday to take us right back up. And then the key line in the sand is going to shift down from the 17.75 down to the 15.50, and then anything below 15.50. I don't know where my profile went, so let me just grab this profile. And looking for a move back down into the balance, which was 13.50, is now 11 and a quarter. Taking a look at the overnight, you see that overnight inventory is about 75% net positive. We basically chopped around the VPOC, the price acceptance from yesterday. That's where our overnight VPOC is, but it's likely to shift up here to the 32 if we come up here and trade up there again. We do have lots of time coming into the RTH trading session. But the inventory is net positive. The overnight low is 28.50. The overnight high is 34 and a quarter. And we did break, okay, the RTH high from yesterday, in the Globex session. We didn't get quite back to that naked VPOC above at the 35, but we did go up and challenge that upper distribution. So moving our numbers over, you can see that we've got pretty much a P-shaped profile. If you look at this profile on the market profile, a bit of a P-shaped profile, but double distribution. You want to watch this 2750. Pretty strong price acceptance in around the 2950 for the last couple sessions, and then we've got that 3450 above. You've got some excess here from yesterday, so we could have found our buyers, and we could look to try to move up. Now, the caveat to everything today is news will revalue the market regardless of structure. The auction can change, and the value can change, the perception of value can change based on news that comes up. If it's looking like Trump could be impeached, then we could see a move down in this marketplace. I've got to adjust this, so just let me do this. I was late to my desk this morning. So we've got a high of 28.25. We've got a low of 10.50. So the 50% of the significant breakout candle changes from 21.75 to 19.50. All right, our daily ATR is running at 15.05, so our overnight high is 34.25. Our overnight low is 28.50. So off of the high overnight of 34.25, our daily downside ATR is down here at 19.25. So basically, whoops, one tick below the 50% retracement. Key line in the sand gets moved down, as we talked about, to the 15.50. The overnight low is 28.50. So the upside daily ATR target shifts to 43.50. And we still haven't come up here. So right now, I'm just going to do a data download here. Just give me 1 second here. Now, something to remember, that we now have a unequalized high between the June contract and the September contract. So regardless of whether or not it's 37 or 37.50 all-time high on the September contract, the all-time high on the June contract is 39.75. So I'm expecting at some point in time for that 39.75 to get taken out, okay, and these highs to be adjusted. This has historically been the case. I'm going to put my my September at 37.50, just simply because that's what my IRT says. Oh. If anybody can confirm that, I'd appreciate it. Okay, and then we've got, a bit of a double distribution here. There's an LVN here at the 30.25. The value area high is 31, so I'm going to use 31 value area high as a trade level. We don't need this anymore, so let's open this. The 32.25 is going to be very important, but the the high yesterday was 32.75, and the previous low was 33.50. So I'm going to use that and look for a push up into the 35. I know that the overnight high is 34.25, and the microcomposite VPOC is 34.25. That'll be my first target, but I would expect them to come through and take out this 35 as well. And then there's really nothing up there to guide us except for those unequalized highs. So a breakout of the range high today. I'm looking for continuation and a move up into new all-time highs. We've got range expansion capabilities due to the daily upside ATR. The weekly ATR I have to adjust. So our new September low is at 24.2175, and the weekly ATR is 34.437.3. So our upside weekly ATR target with 2 days left gets shifted up, or sorry, shifted down to 56.25. And this is no longer a target, and this is no longer a target. Those get adjusted. I'll have to do my measured moves a little bit later. We do have the measured move, the zipper measured move. Get out of my way. We still have this zipper measured move that is still a valid measured move. Now we had this one that that we put in going into the close on Tuesday, and we went down. The measured move was actually 23.25. We hit the 24. So I really considered that to be closed. So we came within 3 ticks of it. This one is still valid until we get below the 21.75, the week low, and its target, the primary target up, is 37.50, okay, which is the all-time high. So we still have a measured move that is valid to the all-time high. So keep that in mind. If we break out, we've got a pretty good target of 37.50 and a move to equalize the September and the June all-time high. Levels below, we've got the overnight low. I'm going to be watching that not only as being taken out, but also being broken and a push down to the 27. That's the open and the midpoint from yesterday. And then below that, I'm looking at the 24. That's the range low from the prior day. And then a move down to the 21.75, and then a push down to the 19.50. In terms of hypotheses, it's difficult today because we're going to have headline news that is going to be affecting the market. But if we have a normal auction, I'm looking for an open auction in range, maybe outside of value. I'm looking for them to come down towards the 29 and 28 area, possibly even come down to the 27. And then I'm looking for responsive buyers to step in and rotate us up and start working our way up towards the 35 and the takeout of the all-time high. That is my main hypothesis. Hypo 2 is an open auction, just in range, just outside of value, possibly a push up into the 35, failed to take out the all-time high, responsive sellers stepping in and then rotating us back down, okay, and chopping in this area between 30 and the 25 area and maturing this lower distribution of the double distribution. That's Hypo 2. Hypo 3 is an open drive, open test drive, failure to take out the overnight low, possibly take out the naked VPOC, but basically the buyers take control, initiative buying, taking us up early to break out of the other prior day, chop around between 32.75 and 35, and then push up and blast up and come up here into the 44, 43 area and close somewhere up here. That is my Hypo 3. My Hypo 4 is an open auction, failure to break out or a false breakout, leaving the overnight high alone, and then finding responsive sellers, rotating us down through, take out the 29 and the overnight low, chop around between the 27 and the 29 area, and then fail and push down through and come down and put a new week low in down here below the 2175 and come back to the 50% of the significant breakout candle and chop around sideways in this area here, in the unauctioned territory of the breakout day. So those are my four main hypotheses. We did not roll over in gold, so we don't have to worry about rollover on gold. You can see that we're basically chopping in this area. We are seeing some weakness. We have come down and violated the one-time framing up on gold, so we could get a bigger rotation down. The key number to watch is this 81 area. If we get below the 81, target the 78 area, and then possibly a push through back down to the 69.70. If we can hold the 81, look for more chop in this area, move back up towards the 90 and possibly up into the 95. The key line in the sand above is going to be the value area high of the 4 days and the CLVN up here at 98, and above 98, look for them to go and test into those 1300s. So that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.